Hey guys, Zane here with another quick one take review, and today I wanted to talk about Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill. Although as a teenager she had released a couple of albums under the name Alanis, no Morissette added onto the end there, Jagged Little Pill is basically Alanis Morissette's debut album. I say that because this is the matured version of her, I suppose you could say. You can see that in her lyrics, in the instrumentals, in every single aspect of Jagged Little Pill. Alanis Morissette feels a bit more grown up than what she was doing beforehand, not that anyone even cared about what she was doing beforehand anyway. The lyricism goes between sentimental and moving and biting and vicious. I mean, there are songs like You Ought to Know that take hard shots at ex relationships, and other songs like Ironic that are very emotional and almost sort of self aware in a way, kind of reflecting on yourself and your own life. And it kind of balances between those again, that sort of very vicious and raw emotion and that very sentimentality based style. The instrumentals aren't really a lot to take note of here. There are some trip hop and electronic-ish kind of influences here or there, but it's not enough to make Jagged Little Pill that unique of a listen from a compositional aspect, but they are pleasant, they are solid, they're just average 90s singer-songwriter alternative rock kind of sounds. Really, though, what matters most is Alanis Morissette as a personality and as a person, and generally speaking, she's a pretty interesting individual, although I will say there are a couple moments here or there where she does go into the realm of faux edge that's at least somewhat cringeworthy. For the most part, she's actually a pretty engaging performer that really doesn't exactly grab you by the throat, but still manages to keep your attention throughout the entire runtime of this record. Now, does this deserve to be one of the best-selling Canadian albums, one of the best-selling albums in general of all time? Absolutely not. There are a number of albums from Canada alone that should have sold way better than Jagged Little Pill, but for what it is, it's a definite artifact of its time in the 90s, that sort of singer-songwriter alternative rock movement where everything had to be kind of edgy to some extent. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a pleasant album, it's a pleasant sound, and I personally enjoy it. And although those that aren't into that particular kind of sound but are familiar with it probably won't enjoy Jagged Little Pill, I still think it's a decent listen if you like that particular niche of 90s music. Although future albums like Supposed Former Infatuation Junkie and even Under Rug Swept were definitely mild successes by general music standards, Alanis Morissette never caught the same smash hit that Jagged Little Pill was afterwards, and it's kind of understandable. Maybe she kind of just captured lightning in a bottle for this record. It's not like she's going to be making a big comeback anytime soon either, and for that reason I recommend hearing Jagged Little Pill. It kind of represents a certain style and a certain time period of music that isn't necessarily around anymore, or at least not in the same format that it once was, which is why I'm going to give Jagged Little Pill 3.5 stars out of 5. It's a good record, it's not great by any means, but the songwriting is solid, all things considered. It's got a kind of youthful bite to it that Alanis had, considering this was, again, technically her debut album, as most people recognize it, and sure, the instrumentals aren't great, or at the very least not very unique, but that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because Alanis is intriguing enough of a performer to warrant listening to the entire record anyway. And plus, if you haven't heard this entire album, then what have you been doing? Living under a rock? Everybody has heard this album, I'm pretty sure. But my point still stands, 3.5 stars out of 5. With that being said, that's the end of this quick review, and I'll see you guys in the next one.